Yeah. Yeah, today's my son's 10th birthday, so during one of the breaks.
Shout him out, dude.
I'll give him a shout out.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that he's tuning in when I do. So they don't really tune in that much. My daughter will, and she's like, Daddy, because I have a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old. So a little more distance, but career kind of made that happen. So.
You work for KSL?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
See, I worked for TV News for 12 years.
Is that how you know Bill?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, I never worked with Bill in TV News, but he did. I mean, I met Bill through his production company back in the
Oh, okay.
I've known Bill since 94.
Okay.
But I actually did an on-call on KSL after I left Channel 4.
Oh, okay.
I was with Channel 4 for 6 years. I worked in Denver. I also worked in Sacramento. So hats off to you. I think TV news is a terrible industry.
Well, I'm not in news, I'm in sports, so it's much better. There's a reason why I don't get into the news and all that, because the politics and news and all that stuff. I'm like, the worst thing about sports that normally you have to cover, I mean, yeah, the occasional tragedy, which I've had to do, but a lot of the time it's just a team losing, which is not that bad.
Well, when I got into TV news, it was stressful but kind of fun. And I'm sure that's how sports is. It's stressful but still kind of fun.
Yeah.
They took away that fun part.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, it's not something I'll ever do. People have asked me, like, will you ever get in the news? Nope. I'll stick to sports streaming. So since I first came over to KSL, I was covering the youth digitally, and the last game I covered for him was, or I covered for KSL, covered the youth, was the first Rose Bowl.
you know Brian Byerly?
Oh, the one that's my Ohio State Buckeyes
Yeah.
back in one?
Yes,
Heck
thank
yeah,
you.
dude.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we're gonna get along just fine.
It's like a skill for boxer. He does a lot of things. Like, video games, a lot of high school.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I moved into managing all the streams for sports for KSL.
Well, that's where it's at.
Yeah. I figured the world's shifting that way, so why not?
Well, I know, like, Texas, they've been airing their football games, like, before streaming, just like cable channels, the revenue. Even in California, when I was out there, they live stream. I worked at Park City TV, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
did the after the effect.
How long ago did you work there?
I worked there 2000, right after the Olympics to 2009. We did this excellent show.
I actually had a buddy who covered the youths with me for another outlet. But he also had another gig with Park City TV. But
That
it was
doesn't sound like the
2020.
original song.
So like
And then I was like, oh.
2020.
Oh yeah, they're
live.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they did gone.
Oh, they're all gone.
Heard that.
Yeah, they were bought by Deerfield Media from.
They're doing their best,
Sam
though.
Jones.
Maybe they're students. I think they're students.
I think they are, yeah.
Deerfield Media.
Yeah,
was
so we can give them a little sense of
I don't know.
Maybe.
They're done.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Can't be
think
that
so.
hard.
Is that really the nice thing to do?
Yeah, I haven't heard much about him
Yeah,
anymore.
maybe
either.
we need to motivate them, make them better.
Yeah.
You're right.
I didn't do the football. I just did the action sports shows. So we'd go around shooting mountain bike races,
Yeah.
all sorts of sports. But that was a long, long time ago. Yeah, I've been out of news for 12 years. I work for insurance companies doing loss control. Weird world.
Yeah.
Yeah, news. During the day, I was confident. Some people thought I was a video editor.
Yeah, I do the very bare bones of video editing. I can't. I like if you ask me to put effects and stuff on it, and not happening.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, that's probably why.
I could trim off ends. That's what I can do.
Yeah, not learning After Effects was properly was the thing that kind of killed my any kind of post-production for me. So, but I've done streaming city council meetings for Bill for a while. I've done city hall insurance stuff it's been steady.
Well, thank you for coming out and doing this last minute. I know Vince was about ready to have his wife do this.
Okay, so if I mess up too bad, it'll be like, well, it could have been his wife.
Yeah, it could have been his wife.
Oh, Taylor is very, very.
Who knows, if you mess up too bad, they're going to say, wow, we should have had Vince's wife do this.
Yeah, it could be that too, yeah. Although you do have experience, so we're okay. Because, yeah, Vince wanted to reach out to me like Wednesday night, and he's like, do you know anybody who could do camera? I was like, nope. I was like, but my boss might, because he worked in TV for years at KUTV.
Oh, what's his name?
Nate Dowler.
No.
Yeah, he was there for about 10 years, 10, 15 years, and then came over to KSL. Now he's our sports director.
Oh, wow. I told Vince this or whatever. I actually got in trouble with my manager. So Wesley was like, it was Wesley and Dana, of course. I went to Wesley and Dana and I said, because they would shoot all these high school football games, and just for the highlights, and I'm kind of going, well, I have some downtime on Saturday. Why not just kind of do a 2-minute video montage with music, game of the week, fast editing, or whatever, like that. So I started doing that at 4. When they got in trouble, it's like, well, you're doing their work. I'm like, no. Based on this.
It's their work. But you also work there, didn't you?
Yeah, I work there. I do it. No, I do it on my couch.
Oh.
Yes, it's Saturday night.
How much is happening on Saturday night?
So it's cool though. You guys are doing putting together football games.
I plugged it in.
So I like that. I like working in sports. So I try to help them out as much as I can. I really don't know the first thing about sports, but one year I shot
for their region.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah, it's just stand on the ball.
So are they plugged in?
That's really easy. I'm sure Vince went
I don't think they're plugged in. I'm plugged in.
It's not too bad. I mean, if I could do it, then anybody can. And I did a couple of games last year, so it's just when they start getting tricky with their plays,
We're plugged in over
like
there.
fake handoffs and reverse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we're
like
on
this
that.
kind of thing, medium, and if it's a big
They
play,
should be both connected. Same thing, but
mediums, right?
yeah.
But even if it's like too far, just back out of it. That's what that was what I always did. And just like,
Oh, yeah,
I lost
yeah,
him, I'm out.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'll always back up to a white shot, just so So we're just doing the game, not.
Yeah, there isn't any post game or anything. Yeah, we'll just give out our helmet sticker after the game and then sign off. So you can just keep it right at the 50 when they're shaking hands while we chat real quick, and then I'll wrap up pretty quick. Where do you guys live? I'm out in West Valley. You?
I'm in Saratoga Springs.
Oh wow, that's my party. I've been right. That's not too bad.
It's funny, they put me on the Mountain game originally.
Uh-huh.
I guess we were both.
Yeah, we were, yeah.
Yeah. And I think Vince did that because he knew I lived out there, and then they had to make changes. And then,
Well, it's because
I'm not gonna complain.
I actually told Vince because after Riverton lost to Bingham, I was like, that game's gonna be a blowout. And then he was gonna put me on the Woods Cross Alta game because Woods Cross, his best player, has that crazy last name. That like the crazy poly last name, and he always tries to put me on games that have a lot of polys and hard polys because I can do it. Yeah. And he just said that this one was probably better because it's going to be more competitive. Hopefully. Yeah.
So just like because they're just going to the different live streams, and they're doing a live show on YouTube. Is that kind of the deal?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is actually streamed. Our game is streamed on YouTube, but also the embed code is on our website. So people can find it on our website too, which will just direct them to YouTube.
Okay, so
that's
it's just the
afterwards,
stream
right?
of the game.
Afterwards, yeah.
So
Yeah,
just the
I
stream
took copies of
as
the embed.
of the game live, like it was last night. But don't they do a show, or is that like kind of packaged later?
No,
Yeah, they'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow they will, but they actually used to do the red zone where they would bounce around from different games.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
They don't do that anymore.
Which was just right here.
Huh? No, we're with KSL. We're from Viewmont. Yeah, with Dusty getting sick and all that, we couldn't do the red zone. Yeah, that was hard. Yeah, I love that guy.
I have actually no idea.
That's true.
I literally was
So
just told
we'll
to come
go
to
live
the game
after
and
the
turn something
anthem.
on, and
Is when I usually go.
I plugged it in, but I didn't turn anything on, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually just stream. I think Vince actually hits the recording, I think. I don't know. I'll ask him if he wants me to record.
there we go.
So last thing, how are you? Wirelessly, you have this Wi-Fi hotspot, or
Yeah, we're on Wi-Fi here. A lot of the stadiums have Ethernet.
it's been pretty okay as far as the light.
I mean, we've even had to do games off hotspot. Had to go off the like the MiFis, but that's only on like certain schools that don't have anything. Which, you know, with how few facilities and stuff that they have here, it's kind of surprising that they have Wi-Fi here.
Yeah, but like Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 6 is
Oh, Vince already started the stream. I'm going to turn off our mics. Pleasant good evening to you and welcome to Viewmont High School for Week 7 of the high school football season here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. We've got a Region 6 battle between the Viewmont Vikings and the Bountiful Redhawks. A pleasant good evening to you. I'm Trevor Allen alongside Tucker Bass. And Tucker, tonight it is a battle of the two best running backs in the entire region.
Yeah, Trevor, you nailed it right off the top of this. We have probably some of the best running backs in the entire state. Benji Tolman's leading the region in touchdowns overall with 9. And obviously, Seki Fekitoa is leading the region in overall rush yards. So it's really going to be a battle of the trenches tonight. We'll see which offense can dominate the line of scrimmage, because then we're going to see one of these running backs probably have a breakout game here to start the, second game of region play.
So coming into this game, both teams coming off of losses. Bountiful lost to Woods Cross last week in a very physical football game. And then Viewmont played against Brighton when Brighton had a lot of their guys who were not eligible due to the transfer rule were eligible, and it turned into a lopsided game.
Yeah, 42-14 was the final last week, and just maybe some early mistakes in that game, which really made Savage just kind of lack some confidence to kind of build on those first few drives. And then obviously, Brighton was just able to kind of take over and really dominate. And as you mentioned, that Bountiful game last week, we were talking about it before the broadcast, Trevor. I think it was the most penalties in any game in Utah football history.
38.
Yeah.
Which ended up setting a state record.
Yeah, absolutely unheard of. So we'll see, obviously. Hopefully Bountiful can keep it a little bit cleaner. We talked to both coaches before the game. Both of them actually said the only thing they want to see characteristic-wise from each quarterback is confidence. Confidence is obviously key, especially in some of these young players at the quarterback position. So we'll see, again, what offensive line is able to protect their quarterback and give them some time to really look downfield, make some plays, get them comfortable, and see which team gets a couple first downs and see if they can hit the ground running.
You and I had a chance to talk to both coaches prior to the game. What would you say are some of the keys for both of these teams that they want to get a win tonight?
Well, Coach Jones said it best. He said he really just wants to dominate the line of scrimmage, and he said he's got a young offensive line there for Viewmont, the Vikings over here, and I mentioned a few times already in this pregame, the offensive line of scrimmage is going to be key for both of these teams to really get some momentum going, especially for Fekitoa in the run game, and obviously Savage leading, again, this entire Region 6 in passing yards. This is the best offense here for Viewmont that we're going to see in Region 6, so we'll see if they can keep building on what they've been able to do so far this season, and see if Savage and company can get to work here.
This has definitely lived up to the hype of being a rivalry. It has been a one-score game as long as Coach Jones has been here, and he's in his 4th season.
Yeah, Coach Jones has obviously done a pretty fantastic job so far this season. And, Coach, I believe it's
Freckleton.
Yeah, Coach Freckleton over there for Bountiful. They're coming off a state championship last year. And, Trevor, I like the question that you had to him pregame as well. Like, what are some of the things you can bring into it? And I really like the fact that he said, we're not even focusing on last year. This is an entirely new group. We're just focusing on what we can do to improve each and every day. And I think we're going to see that. They're going to continue to build upon some of the successes they've had early on this season.
So Bountiful has won the coin toss, and they have elected to defer to the second half, which means Viewmont will start with the ball, and they will be going left to right as you watch it here on KSLSports.com. And Bountiful will be playing defense there in the road white, with Viewmont in the maroon with the white helmets. And hard to believe, Tucker, we're already in week 7 of the high school football season.
Yeah, it's going by far too quick, Trevor. Football season is essentially like Christmas every single week for me. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yes,
Friday night, you get a little bit of action. Saturday, you get a ton of college football action, and then you finish off the weekend with, some of the best athletes in the world in the NFL.
Yeah.
And, some of these kids we might see getting up to those levels. We've seen a lot of high school football talent make it to the big leagues so far.
Back to receive is number 8, Cole Ingram, and number 9, Austin Cannon. And it looks like it's going to be Cannon who's going to take it. He'll get to the 27. He does end up getting to the 30-yard line, and that's where Jack Savage and this Viewmont offense starts.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it pregame. Savage is, leading this entire region in passing yards. So we were kind of talking to Coach Jones before the game, and he said he really just wants to get him in a rhythm. So we're going to see a lot of passes probably to the sidelines, some quick screen passes, and we'll see what they're able to do here on their first possession.
And someone who's healthy in this game and wasn't last week was Benji Tolman, the running back, and he is 100%, and he's not limited on any snaps. So he's got trips to the top of the screen, one wide at the bottom. Savage hands off to Tolman, and he pushes forward. He probably gets a gain of maybe 1, maybe 2 yards on first down.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see if you're the defensive coordinator for Bountiful. A nice job controlling the line of scrimmage there on the first play. We're going to see Benji just be able to really start getting his legs going. As you mentioned, he didn't even play last week.
He did play, but he only had 2 carries.
Okay.
And so they tried it out. Coach told me then after that he's like, I can't go. And then he went to Noah Whitesides after that. But Tolman in the backfield again, and he gets the handoff again. He gets a little bit of space, shifts to, and he's off and running. He's at the 45, down to the 40, and he's tackled down to near the 30-yard line. What a big run on second down for Benji Tolman.
Yeah, Tolman able to break free. A nice job in the zone blocking there by the offensive line. He's able to kind of pick his way through the defense. He might have gotten a little bit confused there, Trevor. His own guys were downfield with him, and he might have, off that peripheral vision, saw some of those guys and maybe thought it was a defender and tried to cut back behind him. Obviously, a great play there on second down.
And now Tolman comes out of the game for a play. Noah Whitesides, a senior, is in at running back with Savage at quarterback. He'll throw it out, and it's caught. And then he tried to make a guy miss, and he gains probably a gain of 3 yards by Brady Clegg.
Yeah. Again, that's the kind of passing that we're going to look to see Savage complete here early on in this game. He wants to get his confidence going. So some of those easy out routes, get the ball out quick, get some completions, get a first down, and just keep the ball going.
So second down coming up, and ball is at the 29-yard line. And got 1 wide at the bottom on the weak side. Savage. He'll hand off to Whitesides, who had a great game. It nearly had 100 yards last week in their loss to Brighton.
Yeah, a good job here by Viewmont, able to make it a third and extremely manageable.
Staying ahead
very
of
short
sticks.
yardage here, yeah.
So staying on schedule here is Viewmont. And it's third down coming up with 3 yards to go at the 24-yard line. 9:55 to go here in the opening quarter. Thanks for joining us here for week 7 of high school football. Hard to believe that we're already at this point. And Tolman runs in motion, now goes out to the flat to Jason Dunrow, and he drops it in the flat, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, kind of uncharacteristic there from Dunrow. You're probably going to see them go for it here on fourth down. Unfortunately, I don't think either kicker for either Bountiful or Viewmont has really got much of a leg on them. So you're probably going to see a lot of these fourth and manageable, offense staying out on the field.
And it's crazy. I was on the phone with Coach Jones earlier in the week, and he was telling me, because I asked him, I was like, is Benji Tolman getting any offers? And he's like, he doesn't want to play college football.
Interesting.
I'll tell you more about that after this play. It was kind of interesting. Takes the snap here on fourth down. Savage finds Dunrow. This time he catches it, and he's at the 15, and he gets down to about the 11, maybe 10-yard line. We'll see they mark him. They mark him at the 11-yard line, and it's a first down.
Yeah, nice job there. They had that trips to the near side. They really did a good job at disguising those routes, and Dunrow able to just kind of get that little back in towards the quarterback, I guess a button hook you could call it, and able to get that first down. I want to hear more about Tolman, though.
Yeah, we'll get to it hopefully after this drive. I don't want to miss a play here, especially when they're in the red zone. Goes out to Dunrow again off the screen, and there's a flag down, and I'm guessing it'll be holding on the outside. But yeah, I was talking to Coach, and he said that really Benji just started doing this because he wanted to hang out with his friends.
Okay.
And just was doing it as a way to hang out with his buddies, and he wants to go on and be a pilot.
That's pretty awesome as well.
So he just said he was just doing this just for fun and to hang out with his friends, and doesn't want to go play college football.
Well, obviously he has great vision. We saw that on the run play over here, and you need good vision to be a pilot. So it makes sense. I'm glad that he has a place, an outlet where he can come, hang out with his friends, also be extremely successful on the football field. So we'll see what that penalty was here by the white hat.
Brandon Riley is the white hat tonight. That's a personal foul. Roughing the passer. So it wasn't holding. But that is a big penalty on Bountiful.
Yeah, and those are the mistakes that Coach Freckleton said that they needed to really minimize here in this game. Right off the bat, first drive, not really what you want to see after you've gone all week kind of hammering, not making those mental mistakes early on.
So that brings the ball first and goal, and it looks like it's spotted at the 4-yard line. And Tolman is in the game with Savage. They go into this formation almost every play. He goes to Dunrow one-on-one. Is it caught in the end zone? It is! Touchdown, Viewmont! What a catch on a fade route by Jason Dunrow.
Yeah, Dunrow able to, create a little bit of separation there, but really a fantastic back shoulder throw from Savage. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Jones on the first drive of the game. Again, just trying to get him settled in, make some plays, and get off the field.
So first drive of the game results into a touchdown, and that is, I'll get the number of touchdowns for Tolman, or for Dunrow. That's his 10th touchdown on the season, which he was coming in tied for third in the entire state.
Yeah, 27 receptions, 517 yards. He obviously had a few catches there that really upped the yardage there. But again, fantastic play on the ball. What I love to see from a wide receiver, Trevor, is that late hands, right? You don't want to show it too quickly, give the defender an option to break up that pass. He had late hands, able to catch it, corner of the end zone, 6 points for the Vikings.
So a great drive, ended up converting on 4th down, and now have 7 points on the board for Viewmont in this rivalry game, and it's been close the last few years. I believe it went to double overtime last year is what Coach Jones told me, and it was a comeback effort where they were able to take him down, and that was the only loss on the season, I believe, that Bountiful had.
Yeah, I think they were down like 27 points as well, so
and that
a huge
was the only
comeback
loss for Bountiful last year. Went 13-1 on their way to a state championship. And the kick is off. And it's collected at the 7-yard line by number 21, and that's Carter Brooks, and he got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, nice job by the coverage team there for the Vikings, but a great starting field position there as they were able to get it up past the 25 to the 27-yard line. A good spot for Malmrose to kind of go to work here on this first possession.
And speaking of Hudson, he will bring this Bountiful offense out, and it is all centered around running back Siaki Fekitoa.
Yeah, Fekitoa is, again, one of the best running backs, one of the best talents that we're going to see on this football team. Probably their best athlete overall, so we're going to see him get the ball a lot to start this game.
And Malmrose is in with Siaki Fekitoa. Play action. He throws it out and overthrows his man. That's number 17, Max Feller, out in the flat. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, and really, Malmrose has done pretty good so far to start off this season. His one knock has probably been his accuracy. Obviously, rolling out to his left as a right-handed quarterback makes that a little bit more difficult to be able to get your shoulders square and make that pass. So we'll see if they kind of change up some of those quarterback swing plays out to the edges. Give him a little bit better vision to be able to make those passes downfield.
Fekitoa to the left of Malmrose and trips to the bottom. Hands off to Fekitoa, and he'll get to about the 30-yard line, and it looks like a gain of about 2 or 3 on 2nd down.
Yeah, Trevor, we've mentioned Fekitoa a lot to start this game. He's 3rd in Region 6 in rushing yards, 5th in total touchdowns. He's got 6 total to start this year, so he's really going to be their go-to option.
Has 9 as a team.
Yeah.
So really the offense is centered around number 0.
Yeah.
So it brings up 3rd and 6 at the 31-yard line. Malmrose. He's got a man caught by number 16. That's Mason Tidwell for the first down. Great slant route and pitch and catch.
Yeah, a really good play design. They had one guy kind of go on the inside. That brought that outside linebacker more to the middle of the field, gave him an open passing lane, and obviously a first down there for Bountiful, exactly what you want to see from Melrose.
So both offenses looking pretty good out of the gates. Obviously Viewmont scoring on their first possession. And approaching midfield in Viewmont territory is the Redhawks. Sends a man in motion. Malmrose. And there's a false start. I'm guessing it's on the guard.
Yeah, 2 early penalties here, Trevor. Again, those mental mistakes, especially to start a drive on first down, you get behind the change. First and 15 makes it really difficult for your offense to be able to make plays and, make it a manageable down and distance. So we'll see if they can get some of this back, maybe get a little bit more as well, and see if they can make it a more manageable second down.
So now it's first down and backing them up as they hand off to Fekatoa, and he shimmies his way past midfield now, and he's off to the races, to the 40, down to the 30, stiff arms a man, and he gets down to the 20, and then brought down, and what a run on first down deep. I think he got down, but are they saying touchdown? I thought he was down.
I know they're having a conversation. I don't know if I think he was on
They're
top
saying
of the player.
touchdown.
Yeah.
He's into the end zone. What a play for Siaki Fekatoa. Thought he was down, but he wasn't. He was just on top of the defense, and then ends up running the end zone. What a play, Tucker.
Yeah. I mean, Fekitoa, we're going to mention his name a lot tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic play. He has so much heart. You see it in every single run that he has. He's trying to make the biggest play possible, and right there, gets Bountiful back into the game. Obviously, they weren't too far out of it, but here we go, trying to tie it up here at 7. What a start, Trevor.
2 touchdowns on 2 drives for both of these teams, and that's exactly what we're going to get tonight in this crosstown rivalry as the kick is up and good. So put 7 on the board for the Redhawks, and we'll go ahead and take a break. Come and take a breath as well. Back after this here on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Kicking off for the Redhawks is Cooper Coleman, and back to receive is number 8, Cole Ingram, and number 9, Austin Cannon.
Yeah, Trevor Fekitoa able to get his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. Fantastic job. He's got 6 now on the ground, 1 receiving. Really, he's their entire offense.
Yeah, he is. 10 touchdowns. It looks like a little bit of a pooch kick. Maybe try for an onside, and it's picked up by number 3, and that is Cash Nuttall. And he gets to the 35-yard line, so a decent return for what he probably wasn't really thinking was going to come right at him.
Yeah, no, obviously a little squib kick there, trying to see if you can get some guys downfield, make a play, and the up men usually don't have great hands. So I understand the attempt there, but a nice job by the Vikings to be able to get that ball, get down on the ground really, and just get their offense out on the field.
Is it worth the risk, though, to be able to do that when you kind of give them better field positioning? Because you give them another, 15 yards.
Yeah, and with Viewmont being one of the best offensive teams in this region, actually the best offensive team in the region, I get what you're saying there. Maybe you don't want to give them, good field position to start, but really they started at about the 35-yard line, I guess.
Yeah.
So you only probably gave up about 10 yards. And they really believe in their defense.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, Bountiful's got a really good defense, have held teams. It's just been the struggles on offense trying to get things going. as Savage here on second down, hands off to Tolman, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage for a gain of 0.
See, again, Coach Freckleton really leaning on this defense. He mentioned it pregame, the fact that he really trusts his defense and he knows his offense needs some work, obviously. You have Fekitoa offensively, but there's a lot of other guys that they're going to need to get involved tonight in order to really win this ball game here at Viewmont.
So we've got 3rd down and 5, ball at the 40, play clock down to 10. Savage sends Dunrow in motion. Takes the snap and he drops back. Throws it over, he's got Dunrow into Bountiful territory. And it looked like it was maybe double coverage, but that doesn't matter to Jason Dunrow.
Yeah, double, maybe triple, maybe quadruple. He actually had Benji Tolman wide open on a corner route, but obviously you're going to go to your most sure-handed player in Dunrow, right across the middle, get a first down, keep the drive alive. That 3rd and manageable is really where these guys want to be because Savage is an absolute savage.
Yeah.
From behind the line of
scrimmage. I definitely see what you did there. So it brings up a first down, 4:55 to go. Got a little tidbit on Dunrow after this play. They hand off to Noah Whitesides. And he gets to past the 45-yard line, and they mark him down at about the 43. But Dunrow was originally at Davis High School, a couple years ago, and he was supposed to be a backup. And obviously Davis has got a lot of playmakers on the outside, and he didn't want to be a backup, so he's like, I want to transfer to Viewmont. And Coach Jones has loved having him a part of his program.
Yeah, I mean, I think any coach would love to have him a part of their program. He's one of the most sure-handed receivers we have here in the state.
Second down, back to Dunrow again. Comes over to the outside, and he's tripped up by number 16. That's Mason Tidwell, but a nice little shed of a tackle and then able to get it upfield to get a first down.
Yeah, and the defense really trying to give him cushion because of the threat of the deep ball with Dunrow. He's got extreme speed on the edges, able to kind of get upfield, immediately stop, and give Savage an easy throw to the outside. Yards after catch, yak. That's what you want to see if you're Coach Jones.
Tolman back in at running back. And they're bringing pressure, and they get to him. And even though he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, he still manages to get 3 yards.
Yeah. If you're getting, plus yardage on any play, 3 yards is exactly what you want on a running play on first down. You just got to get ahead of the chains. We talked about it, being on pace. You don't want to get behind the chains because then you're giving your offense too much to deal with.
There's Savage. He's going to the end zone. He's got Dunrow, but he overthrows him. Incomplete, but he definitely beat his man on the outside.
Yeah, a nice double move there by Dunrow. Again, we mentioned just a few plays ago the threat of the deep ball. And Coach Jones told us that they were going to go over the top a lot. They're going to try to set it up with that short, quick pass to the outside and then get him on that double move. Just that close. Almost a touchdown there for Dunrow.
Third down now, and 7 with 3 minutes to go. Takes a snap is Savage. And he's looking for his man, that's number 1, Parker Rose, but throws a little short, so it brings up 4th down, and you're probably going to expect them to go for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the left side of that offensive line, the young offensive line that we were talking about to start the game, kind of broke down. That forced Savage to this side. Wallaby was wide open on that far side of the field, and that's just too hard of a throw for Savage to make. Crossbody, moving to the right side. So we'll see if they can kind of shore up that pass protection there on the left side and give him a little bit more time to look downfield.
The one thing Coach Jones has said about his offensive line, he brings everybody back from last year, and that was an 8-win team. And some of those guys, all of those guys are two-sport athletes. Here's Savage on 4th down. Into double coverage, he's got Dunrow, and they mark him down at the 1, but still, what a catch.
Yeah, I mean, again, double, triple coverage. He had another guy open. I think it was Wallaby again on the left side, but it doesn't really matter. You can just toss it up there, let Dunrow go get it. And I'm surprised that Dunrow is yet to have any collegiate offers at this point with plays like that each and every week.
Talking to Coach Jones, he said he's got a couple of junior colleges looking at him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. Start taking note, people. This kid can play football. Hand off to Tolman. He gets to the goal line. We'll see if they mark him. Nope, they're going to mark him down at the one once again.
Yeah, that's Dawson Alsop. That's their leading tackler this year. I think he leads the region in tackles as well. He's got something like 63 tackles on the season, so he's one of their best playmakers and really their leader on defense there at middle linebacker.
And they're bringing in another back. Noah Whitesides, I believe he's in with Tolman. So 2 running backs set, and Savage comes back to the huddle with the play call. 1:53 to go, play clock at 10.
Yeah, Alsop averages 10.5 tackles a game, Trevor.
Wow. That's impressive. Tolman is stopped. Oh, thought he was stopped, and then he is on that second gather, and they had him right at the very beginning.
Yeah, Hosea was the first guy there to really break that play up. And this defensive line has a lot of skill, a lot of speed, able to get into that backfield and, make it a lot more difficult third down here, 3rd and 8. We'll see what Coach Jones is able to draw up here for the Vikings.
Yeah, 1:12 to go.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him toss it up to Dunrow right here.
3rd and 8, yeah, that was what they did on that first drive, was just a fade route, and now he moves into the slot on the left side. And now it goes to Tolman on the screen, and he bulldozes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Viewmont. Just trucked a man like he was playing Madden.
Yeah, nice job there by Benji Tolman. He's really a dual threat there from the backfield. He can catch the ball, he can make plays with his feet. He's the kind of guy that, I'm really surprised that he doesn't want to play football at the next level, but at the same time, like having an athlete like that on your football team in high school, nothing else like it.
So with 52 seconds to go, we've got ourselves a ball game as the kick is up and it's good. And Viewmont is back out to a lead once again, 14-7. Update that. And we'll go ahead and take a break, come back with more after this here on KSL Sports.
Bucket list hikes, local races, challenging adventures, that one goal that means so much to you. Salt Lake Running Company has the gear and expert advice you need to start and finish strong. You'll be crushing that goal before you know it. With our trained and knowledgeable staff, an award-winning custom shoe fit process, and the head-to-toe products you need, SLRC will gear you up for your goal. Shop in-store at any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Kicking off for Viewmont is Josh Bartholomew. And back to receive is number 21, that's Carter Brooks. And he gets to the 20 and down, upended at the 20. Oh, he was able to extend more. That was impressive. Gets to about the 21-yard line. And now the second drive of the game for this Bountiful offense.
Yeah, we'll see if they can, do a little bit more of the same. Obviously get Feki Toa involved because he was the one that was able to break that free down the sideline, make a big play, stay up, and get into the end zone. So we'll see if their offensive line can continue to get some of that push, and maybe see if Malmrose can get the ball downfield a little bit, push it downfield, see if he can make some plays as well.
And it looks like Viewmont's defense wasn't even set, and now they give the ball to Feki Toa. They were all coming out from the huddle and weren't even set, and Bountiful's like, we're ready to go.
Yeah, honestly, I think that might have hurt Bountiful's offensive line a little bit because they didn't know who to block. Yeah. They looked a little bit confused there, and Feki Toa ran right into the back of his left guard. So only a 1-yard gain there, but, trying to catch him off guard, I like the play.
Yeah. So now it brings up 2nd down and 9 at the 27-yard line with 15 seconds. This is probably the last play of the quarter. Feki Toa to the right of Malmrose. He hands off to Feki Toa. And he gets stopped into the backfield And it's actually back to the original line of scrimmage.
That was Wallaby on the play there.
And Brian Takiavea as well. And that will do it for the end of the quarter. So, at the end of one, Viewmont 14, Viewmont 14, Bountiful 7. Back after this here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
Second quarter action. Here, Trevor Allen, Tucker Bass, and the sun's setting now. Here along the Wasatch Front. Week 7 of the high school football season. It's still warm though. It's like in the 80s today.
Yeah, it's been fantastic weather. And then you look up at this mountain range.
Yeah.
You get to see all the colors. There's no place like Utah in the fall, my friend.
That is for sure. And it looks like offsides. Could that be on Willoughby?
It looks like it. He's getting a little bit excited there. Made a play there at the end of the first quarter.
The Fresno State commit.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. He leads the team in sacks with 4.5, so you know off the edge he's got a ton of speed to get after the quarterback. And you know, just to kind of mention a few scores here in Region 6, obviously our score here 14-7, but Brighton's up 7-0 early on against Olympus there in the second quarter.
Which Olympus has got a great defense. So that's saying something. Now Malmrose drops back. He's got a man, and it's caught down to the 40, and he is tripped up, but that's number 22, Kepa Satuala.
Yeah, Satuala is one of their go-to wideouts. They're able to get downfield, and a fantastic throw right on frame from Malmrose, right down the middle of the field. A nice job there to save the touchdown there by the DB. I think that was number 4.
Or I believe it was number, it could have been number 6.
Yeah, I think it was Jackson Nuttall.
Oh, it was Jackson
Yeah.
Nuttall? Okay.
Yeah, but a great play. Nice throw downfield. Yeah. Probably one of the best throws I've seen him make on film.
Yeah, he had him beat on that coming across the middle as Malmrose gives it off to Fekitoa, and he is stopped. He was stopped in his tracks, and now they say that there wasn't any progress. Number 52, Mac Youngberg.
Yeah,
stop.
Youngberg, another one of their stud D linemen there, able to use the swim move. I don't know if he swims a lot in the pool, but he used it here, able to get into the backfield and make a fantastic play there.
He also plays on the offensive line, and I know Coach Jones was saying all of his 5 offensive linemen play multiple sports. I think one of them's on the basketball team, and then one of them's supposed to be a favorite to win state in wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, with their record, you'd expect a lot of them to be extremely good athletes, and we're seeing that product on the field here tonight, Trevor.
It's also the lowest enrollment at that school in Davis School District as Fekitoa. It's out to the 35. And yeah, Coach Jones said that between like going to 4A and 5A, they wanted to stay in 5A. They wanted to be in this region because it gives them the best competition.
Yeah, I mean, if they're anything like me, you always want to play the best.
Yeah.
If you want to be the best, you got to play the best. So that's what they're doing here. Obviously, Bountiful coming off of their championship season last year. We'll see if they can, do something here on 3rd and long. They were able to make it a little bit more manageable. Fekitoa really had a burst of speed right as he got that handoff on the last play.
Fekitoa being looked at by a couple of Mountain West schools, or future Pac-12 schools, I guess. As Malmrose comes back to the right, and he's got some room. He gets to the 30, to the 25, and he's out of bounds. And he's hit, but I think they're just going to call that as an incidental contact, not a hit out of bounds. But he does pick up the first down in a big-time play there by Bountiful.
Yeah, and obviously we were talking to Coach Freckleton before the game. He mentioned to me that he really wanted to see Malmrose get some confidence. I think what that long pass play did early on here on this drive was give him, a mindset of like, I can make plays. I can make plays. He was able to do that here with his feet as he got out here to the outside and able to pick up a big first down there on third.
So approaching the red zone, they're pretty much knocking on the doorstep. So 2 running backs. Hands it off to Fekitoa, and he's bursting up the middle now out to the outside. He's going to get into the corner of the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Bountiful. Touchdown number 2 on the night for Fekitoa.
Yeah, make it 7 total on the ground for the season for Fekitoa. Again, he's their offensive go-to early on to start the season, early on to start this game. But really what set this touchdown drive up was their quarterback, Malmrose, able to make a play with his arm, able to make a play with his feet, and then nobody as shifty as Fekitoa, able to break that to the outside and score 6.
As I was driving in, to Viewmont High School, I was thinking to myself, man, we might have a defensive battle. That's been hasn't really come to fruition.
Yeah, more of a offensive shootout we have here, Trevor.
Which I will take that any day of the week.
Yeah, everybody likes watching offense.
Yes, offense is fun football, and we've got some great ones tonight, and we're glad to have you along here with us here on KSLSports.com. Now, as you're looking at this, is it just kind of just trying to go punch for punch? I know adjustments are going to be made on defense, but it's not like the defense has really been bad. I mean, they have been getting into the backfield. It's just more of that one play going over the top.
Yeah, obviously that's something that you're going to tell your secondary, especially because it was Nuttall that got beat. He's your free safety. That's the last thing you want to see from your free safety, letting somebody get behind you, right? So that's an easy adjustment there, I think, for the defensive backs. We'll see if they can make that adjustment, but really, I mean, it's really hard to slow down a rushing attack when you've got Fekitoa in the backfield.
And the swinging of the arms by the Redhawks.
Red Rover, send the Redhawks right over.
Oh, there you go. Tucker Bass bringing the heat tonight. As Nuttall, he brings it up and he approaches the 35-yard line. A pretty decent return there for Viewmont.
Yeah, nice job. Giving themselves some good field position to work with. And, honestly, the only reason I know that Red Rover statement is because I have 3 children. So, shout out to our kids, right? Yep. Got to love them. We wouldn't be able to do this kind of thing without their love and support. So we,
for sure.
We love our families, and hopefully, if they're watching us, they feel that love from far away.
Yeah, definitely. I got to give a shout out to one of mine here in just a few minutes. I have to make sure he's watching the game, though. Now here's Savage and the Viewmont offense. And Tolman goes right up the middle, finds a big gap, and he gets taken down at about the 44-yard line and picks up, looks like a first down. He's right at the marker, and they're going to give him the first down.
Yeah, you could have driven a truck through that A gap on that play, Trevor.
Yes.
Nice job by Tolman. I think he's wearing a Guardian cap. I haven't seen any other high school player wear one of those.
I've actually seen a couple, but not like a running back.
Yeah. I mean, he had his head down. Right as he bursted through that line of scrimmage, was really trying to get speed, able to pick up the first down and move the chains.
So for a fresh set of downs here for Savage in the offense. He goes out, got his man, that's Easton Lowe, and he picks up about 3 yards, 2 or 3 yards there on first down.
Yeah, Trevor, I actually think that was Miles Frey, the junior.
Oh, I've got Bountiful's roster in my
you're
hand.
good. You're
I
good,
didn't
my
switch
friend.
it out. That's
Frey able to pick up a few there.
Miles Frey, well done.
Yeah, again, this is something we're going to see a lot from the Vikings tonight. Savage getting it out quick on first and second down. They're using that almost as a running play, Trevor.
Yeah. And, Coach told me his playbook's not very big, but there's a lot of different shifts and motions and things that they do within their offense. And Tolman, he gets into Bountiful territory, and he trucks ahead past the 40-yard line, and he is down at about the 37-yard line. And Benji Tolman just racking up the yards.
Yeah, I mean, it took 4 Redhawks to be able to bring him down on that play. So, again, just a good job. They're spreading this defense out. I think that's one of the things that, Coach Jones really wanted to see his Viking offense do. Get it to the outsides, let his playmakers do some stuff, and then obviously let your bruiser, Benji Tolman, run right up the middle of this defense.
And it looks like Coach Jones is going to call a timeout. And we will keep it here as we are at 7:41 to go here in the second quarter in what's been a very good rivalry game, at least for the first half. And you know, coming into this game, I know the records, well, at least for like Viewmont, 4-2, but coming off of a bad loss to Brighton, but Brighton looks to be very good. They just struggled out of the gates, but you know, Bountiful, I mean, thing is, this just goes to show it doesn't matter about the records. Whenever it comes to a rivalry game, you throw the records out the window.
Yeah, I mean, these two schools are what, a stone's throw away from each other?
Yeah.
So they grew up with each other. You played Little League football against these guys. There's nobody you want to beat more. I mean, when I was in high school, you know, it was Alta versus Bingham, right? Just right across the freeway. There's nobody we wanted to beat more than them back in the, you know, early.
Are you Alta or Bingham?
Alta.
Okay, there
yeah,
you go.
Back-to-back state champs, dude.
Did you happen to play with a guy named Moose Bingham?
I did, actually.
Oh, you
yeah,
did play with Moose Bingham, all right.
He was a year younger than me, though.
All right. The kicker Moose.
Good old Moose. There's no color commentator that we have at KSL who's more colorful than our friend Moose.
That is for sure. I've done a game with Moose, and it is a adventure in and of itself.
It's almost a game within the game.
It really is. As Savage here on first down. Screen pass to Dunrow. He sheds one tackle, and then I don't know how he got past that. I think he broke 2 or 3 tackles along the way and was able to pick up 3 yards when it looked like he was going to lose yards.
Yeah, just a little bit of over pursuit there by the Redhawks. I think it was a really good play recognition, obviously, by 2 of the guys out there on the far side of the field. So we want to see them continue to do that. But I think what you might see next here, Trevor, is one of those pump fakes to the outside and let Dunrow get downfield and see if they can, you know, get it downfield as quickly as possible.
So Tolman, so it looks like trips to the top of the screen. Savage, he's looking deep. He's got a man, and it is incomplete, but great breakup there. Number 9 was the intended receiver. That's Austin Cannon, and I believe it was number 11 for Will Smoot.
Yeah, Will Smoot.
On the coverage. Really good coverage there by Will Smoot.
Yeah, Will Smoot's actually got, I think, 3 pass deflections so far on the season, so he does a good job. You know, he got beat there initially. He was able to get back downfield, get his hands in front, and there's no face guarding in high school football. So he did a good job to make a play on the ball, you know, help his defense survive another down.
So now 3rd and 1. Very man. It says 3rd and 1, yeah. Although it doesn't look like it. Savage looking for Dunrow, and it looks like maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those cases where the wide receiver goes in, quarterback goes out. It's an incompletion, brings up a long 4th down, but again, we're not going to see any kickers come out. I don't think they're going to punt the ball here. You probably trust your defense to make a play if needed, but then again, you've been able to pick up most of your 4th downs so far in this ball game, so why not?
Yeah. And of course, they're going for it. The scoreboard says 4th and 1, but that's not 1 yard to go.
No, it's definitely 4th and 8.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say, scoreboard is not right. I usually go for that, at least like for yards to gain, but it's definitely longer than that. Savage rolls out to the left, and he's got Willoughby. Could there be a flag?
No, I don't see a flag coming out, but he was there a little bit early there, Trevor.
I thought he was there a little bit early. Could have been a pass interference, but maybe they don't want to add up to the 38 penalties that was thrown in the Game Night Live game last week between Woods Cross and Bountiful.
Yeah, I mean, that back judge who didn't throw one here apparently threw about 30 flags
30
last
of the
week.
38 is what one of the Bountiful coaches said.
It's wild.
As we wait for Bountiful's offense to come back out, I want to give a shout out to my son Parker, who is tuning in tonight. He turned 10 today. It's crazy to think that I have a son who is 10 years old. That means I'm getting old, but that's okay. But he is my absolute best friend. Love having him in my life, and I hope he has a great day. We will definitely celebrate tomorrow as Fekatoa is tackled in the backfield. But a happy birthday, Parker. Your dad loves you.
Yeah, happy birthday, my friend. give your dad some grief that he wasn't there on your birthday tonight, but you know, have a good time tomorrow.
There was a lot of people missing tonight. I don't think Vince Francis would have let me have tonight off, but it's okay. We've got a great party planned tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad you're here with me tonight, Trevor.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to take you away from your family, but
I got to spend a little time with him today. But the party's tomorrow anyway, so it'll be good. But we got a party here at Viewmont as Malmrose throws it out. He's got a man out of bounds. Trying to see if is that number 6?
I think it's number 5.
Asake Willis is not playing in this game, so it's not number 9.
Yeah, I think it was number 5, actually. I think that was Connor Mertz, the tight end.
Yeah.
He was able to get out on that out route.
Coach told us before the game Willis suffered an injury against Woods Cross and would not play.
Yeah.
So let's just say Connor Mertz made that catch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was number 5. Their statistician is standing next to me, and she said it was number 4, though, so we might want to, you know, just say it might have been Dawson Alsop, but I think it was Connor Mertz there on the reception.
Well, there was a Bountiful receiver who made that catch, and it was a great catch, and he got out of bounds, so we'll just say that.
You know, one thing I didn't get to mention as, you know, we were doing some shout-outs, obviously, happy birthday, Parker.
Yeah.
But a fantastic job by this Bountiful defense to bend but not break. They're able to get that stop on 4th down. Now let's see with, you know, midway through this second quarter if they can go down and take their first lead of this ball game.
And now it brings up 3rd and 11. Big play here from Malmrose in the offense. He's back, drops back, he rolls out, and he's sacked. He's brought down by number 18, and that is Raiden David.
Yeah, Raiden David's one of their best defensive players. He came from middle linebacker there. On a little stunt, they had an inside A gap from their tackle. He went to the outside, able to make a play there on the quarterback, get him down, and you know, make this a 4th and very long. It looks like they're going to have to punt here, Trevor.
Yeah, I would say that they will have to punt.
Number 9, Austin Kenneth.
And I'm trying to look to see. I think forgot who the punter is. Number 27. That's Vunipola. And it's touched by Cannon, and he was able to catch it. That could have been a catastrophic play there for Viewmont.
Yeah, obviously we mentioned Raiden David. He leads this team. He's probably their best defensive player,
Yeah.
Trevor. He leads the team with 49 tackles, 12 tackles for a loss, 8.2 tackles per game. So he's going to be there a lot. We'll probably mention his name quite a few more times this evening. But again, both defenses now finally able to get a stop. And now we'll see if Viewmont can go back and take the lead.
And so now we went from the first 2 drives for each team being touchdowns, and the last 2 now have not been, as Tolman is stopped at the line of scrimmage on 1st down.
Yeah, I feel like this defensive line has started to settle into this ball game a little bit, Trevor. They're able to, kind of dictate what's going on. And one thing that Coach Jones mentioned to us was how small his offensive line was, but how that doesn't really affect their confidence.
Coach Jones, he is in his 4th season here. 20-19 record. Don't let that fool you, though. Every single place he's gone, he's turned around programs. He turned around Layton Christian Academy, turned around Tooele, and then told me his dream job is here at Viewmont. And now out to the flat on a screen. That's number 11. That's Brady Clay.
Yeah, they tried to go with that middle screen there to Brady Clay. The offensive line was just a touch too slow. The defense a little bit quicker, able to get that stop there and make it an extremely long 3rd and 9. And it was also up there on the tackle again.
He's everywhere right now. And play clock down to 14. Dunrow heading down to the bottom of your screen. He could actually be out of your screen, which he is. As Savage throws it, and it's tipped, and almost still caught by Benji Tolman. But Vunipola was there on the pass breakup, but still almost went into the hands of Tolman.
Yeah, Tolman really tried to make a play there, not able to come down with it. He's kind of limping a little bit coming off the field, so you hope he's not kind of experiencing some of the problems that he had last week against Brighton and had to leave the ball game. That would really hurt this offense if he's not able to be 100%.
Yeah, Tolman, I think he hurt his ankle last week against Brighton, and it looks like we've got roughing the kicker, maybe? Nope, they're saying no, but the ball's loose anyway. And
Looks
the
like
White
Bountiful
Hat
was able to
said
come up with
no
it.
roughing the kicker because Dunrow ended up going down, but it looks like the ball came loose, but it's still Bountiful ball. But yeah, so Whitesides last week had 8 carries for 99 yards against Brighton. Tolman only had 2 carries for 3 yards, but then just told coach, I can't go anymore, and I believe it was his ankle.
Yeah, and it looked like it's that same right ankle that he was having issues with. So hopefully they can get some treatment here on the sideline, maybe get some ice on it so that he can stay in this ball game. But you mentioned Brighton, Trevor. They're up 14-0 now on Olympus, so they're continuing that dominance that they had from last week.
This is just a strong region up and down with the realignment. You've got Woods Cross, who's ranked. As Fekitoa stopped into the backfield, and if it's not one guy, it's another. The initial stop was by number 52, and we've already called his name once, but I have to pull up his name again. That is Mac Youngberg.
Yeah, and then Ezra Cardonis was the second guy there to be able to bring him down.
But a 5-yard loss, and really it looks like they're just trying to solely stop the run right now. But Bountiful's, Hudson Malmrose has made some good throws in this first half. 2:25 to go on the clock here in the second half, or for first half, second quarter. And it is caught. What a catch. He threw a dart to Ivan Davis. What a play. And that'll move the sticks.
Yeah, Trevor, I almost mentioned right before that play started that, where he's had some space to go with the ball, throwing it, was in the middle of the field. That's where they've been able to pick up every single one of those first downs, every long pass play that they've had to this point. Viewmont's running a cover 2 essentially. Their 2 safeties are immediately spreading to the outside, and it's leaving their inside linebackers kind of on an island. And if you have some athletes going over across the middle, that's going to be a wide open lane every time.
So 1st and 10 at the 49. Hands off to Fekitoa, and he is hit in the backfield once again. He's not getting any push up front, but Viewmont is getting into the backfield with ease, and that is number 18. That is Raiden Davis. You've mentioned him before, a stalwart on that defense.
Yeah, obviously, again, their leading tackler for the Vikings. He's everywhere. He's the play caller, always looking for the signals to the sideline. He's the guy that Coach Jones trusts the most on this defense to get his guys in the right position.
So now it's 2nd and 12. Malmrose on a screen play to Fekitoa. He'll get to the 40. He goes to the outside. One man to beat to the 20. Down to the 10. They're not going to catch him into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown Bountiful. And that's 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing and 1 receiving for Siaki Fekitoa.
Yeah, he's getting up there. He might be leading by the end of this night the entire region in scoring touchdowns. So it wouldn't surprise me, but a nice job there by Malmrose. He stayed patient. He was able to, get a few steps back. Raiden David had a steam head right in front of him trying to go get Malmrose. Great job by the offensive line to let those defensive guys release, give Fekitoa some room to break it to the end zone.
And the kick by number 39, Ty Morrell, is good. Now the score 21-14, Bountiful with their first lead of the night. Back after this here on the Rewind Sports Network. Tonight's game brought to you by Tab Bank. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5 annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. But great rewards are just beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Tucker and I will give our helmet sticker after the game, and we got some good ones as Whiteside collects that kickoff, and he gets to the 35-yard line. Some pretty good candidates already tonight for a helmet sticker, as there's a little bit of a scuffle, but nothing to be thrown
a little
a flag about.
extracurricular, right?
Yeah, he was just giving him a hug.
Yeah.
You know, saying how happy he was to see him.
Yeah, it's like, hey, love you, glad we live by each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you, Trevor. I'm really hoping that we can see Savage kind of let loose a little bit. Give him some options downfield. Dunrow hasn't seen a target in a couple possessions.
It's been, I believe he hasn't had one the whole quarter.
Yeah, 52 seconds left here in the quarter, so you need to get him involved quickly.
And he goes in motion, as mentioned, so maybe you're onto something here, Tucker. And he takes the snap. Goes to Tolman on the screen, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, and it looks like that's what he'll get.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Vikings, the Redhawks have been extremely disciplined defensively. So their guys aren't trying to, get upfield on those screen passes. They're staying home, and they're making a play as Benji, normally had some space early on in this game. That space is no longer there.
Now 23 seconds left. Coach has two timeouts. Bountiful has 3, so Coach Jones with 2. 18 seconds. Doesn't look like they're in any hurry to try and get a play off. Bountiful will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, kind of interesting not to see any sense of urgency here from the Vikings.
Savage, he'll hand it off to Tolman, so they're not really looking to get into the end zone, although there is a helmet off by a Bountiful player, and that is Dawson Alsop. But that will end the half. So with the score, 21 Bountiful, 14 Viewmont. Tucker, thoughts on the first half of what we saw here?
Yeah, obviously it was looking like it was going to be an offensive shootout there in the first quarter, Trevor. We've got a complete flip here in the second. It was really just, defensive tenacity that we saw from both ball clubs, and really it was just one play that the Redhawks were able to make there towards the end of that first half, where Fecky Toe was able to break it to the near side for 6 on a really great screen pass right up the middle. Just Malmrose has been extremely patient. And I think what Coach Freckleton really wanted to see out of Malmrose was confidence. And I think with how he's standing in that pocket so far in this first half, that's exactly what he's seeing. And I think Coach Freckleton's going to be extremely happy with his ball club going into half.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll be back with the start of the second half in just a few minutes here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
I'm Austin Strong, CEO of Tab Bank. As a former high school athlete in the state of Utah, I recognize how big of a role high school sports can play in developing student athletes' lives, even outside of the sports they play. For me, high school sports taught me how to work as a team, how to lead through adversity, how to share success, and how to face all challenges. While I didn't become a professional athlete, it was these skills that gave me a head start in life after my high school career was over. That's why Tab Bank is proud to sponsor KSL Sports Rewind's mission to highlight and promote student athletes and the communities in which they play. As a proud Bonneville Laker, I know the importance of the role a community plays in the success of a team, and I wanted to create a banking environment that gave our customers that Friday night lights feeling of community and togetherness. Our goal is to provide you a premium banking experience that will help aid you to accomplish any goal that you have in your life. We believe that whether you are a heavy favorite or the battle-tested underdog, Tab Bank can provide you a winning game plan for any of your financial needs.
Second half action about to get underway. Oh, they just added more time to the clock, but that's okay. Trevor Allen, Tucker Bass here with you. We could chat up of what we saw in the first half and what to look forward to here in the second half. And so Tucker, if you're Coach Jones, let's start with the home team. If you're Coach Jones in that locker room, you're down 7, but had a pretty good first half offensively. What are you telling your team?
Well, you had a pretty good first quarter offensively,
first quarter.
if you're the Vikings. What I'm telling those guys is to just, settle down a little bit. I feel like towards the end of that second quarter, they were maybe trying to make too many big plays. They were doing a lot of middle screen passes. The offensive line was kind of getting ahead of the play a little bit too much, which was allowing, this Redhawk defense to really kind of control the line of scrimmage there in that second quarter. So really, if I'm them, I'm going to put the ball back in Savage's hand. Benji Tolman's done a pretty good job to this point, but really the running game hasn't been really existent for the Vikings. So I'm going to keep going to Dunrow. They kind of went away from that after the first quarter. We mentioned that a couple times. Just settle down. There's plenty of time in this ball game for them to get back, tie it back up here. I think they
Bountiful will get the ball to start.
Bountiful gets the
They
ball.
won the toss and deferred.
They had a couple stops, though, defensively in that second quarter. So if you're sending your defense out there, you just need them to control the line of scrimmage. Coach Jones said that was one of the biggest things that they had to focus on if they were going to win this game. So really just calming down, staying focused, because it's very easy once you get down in a ball game to lose focus and try to just, make big plays individually.
And then if you're Coach Freckleton for Bountiful, what are you telling your team, especially with the way Siaki Fekatoa is playing right now?
More of the same, right? Just continue to dominate the line of scrimmage, because I feel like throughout this first half, Bountiful has really done the best, at the point of attack, okay? So not only has their offense been able to make improvements this week, especially Malmrose, his accuracy this week has far exceeded my expectations and what I wanted to see from him. But I think with Coach Freckleton, obviously, he said he wanted to see confidence from Malmrose, and that's exactly what we've got in this first half. So I really just want them to continue to dominate the line of scrimmage. I think, he probably went in there extremely pleased with the way this team's been playing.
So as mentioned, Bountiful won the coin toss to start the game, and they elected to defer to the second half, so they will get the ball to start. And Viewmont will kick off down by a touchdown, and a lot of the points were scored in that first quarter, but it's been all Siaki Fekatoa for Bountiful with 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing and 1 through the air.
Yeah, that makes 9 total on the season for Fekitoa. I believe that gets him tied for the most touchdowns in Region 6.
And that's going to be darn near to the top of the state.
Yeah, exactly. He's unreal. I'm happy that we got this game this week, Trevor. It's been very competitive, and I think we're going to have an extremely good second half of football.
And we'll end up talking about scores throughout the night, but one that kind of stands out is American Fork has a 2-touchdown lead, at least the last time I checked, over Lone Peak, who just beat Corner Canyon last week. And the ball is touched, and they're actually going to say no because he was out of bounds. I think his legs were out of bounds.
Very unfortunate there. We'll see. Obviously, they're coming together here on the near side, but I think it's going to be Bountiful football.
Yeah, I think you're right. And they're saying Bountiful football. Very fortunate for Bountiful.
Yeah. That's the kind of play that you really need to have to start the half if you're Viewmont, to get that momentum back on your side, as the Redhawks with that last score right before the half to take the 7-point lead really kind of gave them momentum. Now let's see if they can continue the success that they had in that first half offensively, and see if Fekatoa can just completely dominate the second half as well.
Yeah, for sure. So now coming out is Hudson Malmrose. He's had a solid game. He's actually made some big time throws in big moments. And he now just throws a quick one. I believe that is to Kepa Satuala.
Yeah, Satuala is one of his go-to, outlet receivers, right? I think they did a good job there. He disguised it, made it look like it was going to be a running play. Right before he got to the line of scrimmage, he dumped it down, gain of 8 yards. Great play there on first down. And again, Malmrose just continues to impress me here in this ball game.
Second down and short. So a big pickup there. Malmrose goes back to Satuala. Now he gets to the 40, down to the 30, and then he's brought down. What a play there, almost back-to-back, just wide open and just making plays for Satuala.
Yeah, it looked like Viewmont's secondary just kind of got lost there. They followed both guys that were out on the far side of the field into the deep quarter, and that just left wide open green grass for Satuala after he made that catch to, again, get some more yak for this team.
10:55 to go here in the third quarter. And Bountiful is trucking along to Fekatoa. And he will pick up about 3 or 4 yards there on first down and a solid run after 2 big pass plays.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly what you need, just to stay ahead of the change, stay on schedule. This has been a fantastic first drive here for the Redhawks, especially after that could have been a very costly turnover to start the second half.
I felt like Malmrose has been more poised. I know turnovers has kind of been his issue, having more interceptions than he has had, touchdowns and things like that. But I feel like the juniors come out, especially in the last, I would say, 2 drives, and has really shown well.
Yeah, statement game for Malmrose.
And he keeps it on the read option, and he gets to the 20, down to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Hudson Malmrose. And someone other than Siaki Fekatoa gets in the end zone for Bountiful.
Yeah, nice job there. He did a great job, you know, with that fake to Fekitoa. That actually brought, I think, 2 or 3 of the linebackers to the left side of the field, and then he just had green grass, nice speed. You know, it looks like Malmrose can do it not only with his arm, but with those quick feet as well.
And thing is I don't blame the Viewmont defense for sending the house to Siaki Fekatoa, because he's been burning them all night.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, one of the things that you don't see or haven't seen on the stat sheet is Malmrose getting rushing yards to this point in the season. I think their offensive line struggled, in non-region play. They're playing some of the bigger teams in the state, trying to get ready for region play, as Coach Freckleton was telling us pregame. And, I think that resulted in quite a few negative plays in terms of taking sacks, which go down as, negative rushing yards. But obviously this kid can make plays with his feet. He's done it a couple times here tonight.
Well, that was his first rushing touchdown of the season. Coming into the game, he had minus 72 rushing yards.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, sacks go down as rushing yards.
Yeah.
And so,
I don't think it's fair. I honestly think a sack in some cases should actually go down as negative passing yards.
Yeah.
Right?
And
maybe something needs to change, but who knows?
Wasn't there a time where it did, though? Where that was the case?
It might have been, but I don't think.
I mean, obviously,
I don't think any time recently. Yeah.
Oh, and it's dropped there by Cannon, but he picks it up at the 10 and down to the 20. So crisis averted there for Viewmont.
Yeah, I think that's something that we mentioned at halftime, right, Trevor? Is just keeping your head. Now they're down 14 points. So are they going to be able to stay focused here? Try to get some momentum back on your side. That's the second time in this second half that they've muffed a kickoff.
They haven't really been able to get anything going with Benji Tolman and the running game, but we'll see the adjustments Coach Jones and his staff has made here as Viewmont has the ball out to Dunrow, who we haven't seen since the first quarter, gets to the 30. So on cue, Dunrow getting involved.
Yeah, obviously that quick pass play to the outside, but Dunrow's injured. That's exactly what you cannot have if you're Viewmont. Dunrow is going to the sideline, limping extremely bad there. So Dunrow off the field.
Well, he's not going over to the trainer's table, so that's a good sign. Although there's not a trainer's table.
There's one. It's just on the other side.
As I'm looking up and down the sideline, I don't see one. So, but it looks like it maybe just cramps. You don't want to speculate as Parker Rose gets that one for a couple of yards on first down.
It looks like the trainer's looking at his ankle here. I think he might have rolled it. He had a couple guys near the lower part of his legs, and I think he might be okay. Get some stretches done, maybe retape.
Yeah, tape it up again.
Get back in the game because they really need him out there.
That would be a massive loss if Dunrow can't go here for this Viewmont offense. Now Tolman He'll get a couple of yards on second down. And you know, something going Viewmont's way is Cooper Willoughby, who's really a tight end, is helping with blocking, and he's a very good blocker as well.
Yeah, I would honestly like to see them get him more involved in the passing game as well, because I think he's a freak athlete, right? Yeah. Obviously, he's going to Fresno State, one of the best defensive players they have on this ball club, but he's had some routes that he's ran that have been extremely well-ran routes, and he's been open quite a few times. Savage just hasn't had the time to, you know, scan through his reads.
I don't think Willoughby's been targeted tonight. He had 4 catches last week, though. Savage looking, and he's got him in. And they do throw the flag. The back judge does. It looks like pass interference. The intended receiver was Austin Cannon, number 11 for Bountiful on the coverage. That's Will Smoot.
Yeah, Will Smoot. I honestly thought that was pretty good coverage, Trevor.
I thought it was too.
You know, the crowd obviously wanted that. I think maybe that was a little bit.
We've also got a Viewmont coach just over by our cameraman Kirk here.
Home field, I think that gives them calls like that, right? Again, Smoot, great coverage. That keeps the drive alive for the Vikings. And honestly, you know, you really hope. Oh, it looks like Dunrow's back in the game, Trevor.
Just tape him back up and let's go again. You have to believe that a kid like that is not going to miss much time.
Yeah, competitive nature. You can tell that he has it.
He's a baller for sure. And now they split the trips to now it's 2 each. Savage, he'll roll, goes out. He's got Willoughby and he's caught on cue there, Tucker, as he gets to the 35-yard line, and it takes almost the entire Bountiful defense to get him, and still doesn't get him down.
Yeah, you might as well just hand the ball off to him in the backfield. I don't think anybody's going to be able to bring that big boy down. Again, the middle of the field for both of these quarterbacks has been wide open. However, I think the mindset for both of them has been to go out to the edges and try to get it outside to their playmakers. But really where they've had space to work the ball into is the middle of the field.
Yeah. 7:45 to go here in the third quarter. Tolman stopped right in the backfield. Great play there by Dawson Alsop.
Yeah, Alsop, again, on the blitz there. Really good play recognition from Alsop from the outside linebacker position there. Again, he's only a junior, Trevor, and he's leading this team. I think at this point he's probably got to have 5 or 6 tackles tonight, which puts him well over 50 tackles on the season.
$7:12 to go here. Ball is at the 36-yard line in Bountiful territory. Savage drops back. He's looking, he's going deep, he's got Dunrow, and he just overthrows him again. That's twice in this game. First time was in the first quarter. He ends up beating beating the corner on the outside, just can't get it on the money.
Yeah, he just needs to get a little bit more air under that ball, have a little bit more touch. He's trying to get it downfield, maybe gets a little bit excited when he sees his guy get a little bit of space. But again, where I want to see Savage throw that football is Willoughby. He was wide open again in the middle of the field, probably had enough room to catch the ball, come down and get close to the end zone. But, you know, you can't blame Savage. He's going to his number 1 guy.
Yeah, he is. And now same, except now they're not splitting it. They're just coming over farther out now. Trips to the bottom. Savage looking again, going for Dunrow in double coverage, and that goes out of bounds. That one throws out of bounds, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 12.
Yeah, I think Willoughby's a little bit upset there too, because every single time he feels like he gets space, you guys probably see it on the stream here, he's putting his hand up. He wants that ball. He's putting his hand up. He's open every single time. But again, Savage is just going to his playmakers, hoping that they're going to be there to bring that down. Just a little bit of a misthrow there. Too far to the outside, and now a huge 4th and 12 for the Vikings.
And, it's hard to, when you've been going to Dunrow, and they're even going to him in double coverage, but Cooper Willoughby is a capable tight end, and that's picked off. And
that's Will Smoot.
To the 50, that is Will Smoot to the 40, down to the 35, and he's tackled down by an offensive lineman. What a turnover there after getting called for pass interference earlier on this drive for Will Smoot. But there is laundry on the field. I think it's after the play, though. That'll actually be key, because if it was before the play and it's on Bountiful, then Viewmont will keep the ball.
Yeah, it does look like it's in the area of during the return.
Like blocking the back.
Yeah, one thing though that I want to point out there is, as we've mentioned it a couple times, I think Savage is kind of maybe losing a little bit of that confidence. I think he's telegraphing where he's going to throw the ball, and obviously on that play, a great job by Smoot out here at the corner position to get back in his drop quickly, but then also make a really good break on that ball, intercept it, and nearly take it to the house on a return.
Personal foul on Bountiful. And it's first down Bountiful, or Viewmont. Right?
That's what he said, but I think it is still first down Bountiful because it was on the return.
He ended up pointing this to the right, to our right, but Bountiful's going the other way. So I think he just had it the wrong way. Brandon Riley, our white hat tonight. So far, I feel like this crew's done a great job.
Yeah.
Officiating the game. They haven't thrown 38 penalties, that's for sure. But I mean, once you get into record territory, wouldn't you just keep going anyway?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, why not? And thrown deep and tripped up.
That should have been a pass interference there, Trevor.
So
they got away with one.
If the ball isn't catchable, though, does that still apply, or is that only at the higher levels?
That may apply. I'm not entirely sure. We'll probably have to ask the white hat after the game
I can send him a text.
Great idea.
I happen to know him.
However, I think that actually was catchable.
Okay.
I think it was close enough to him, and really another nice ball. Pretty flight there from Malmrose.
Max Feller was the intended receiver, as Fekitoa is grabbed by number 17 for Viewmont. That's Jesse Johnson, but still picks up a couple of yards when it looked like all was lost.
Yeah, Fekitoa is kind of a magician back there. He almost was able to keep his shoulder and his forearm on top of a player during that play as well, and he sprung right back up. Luckily, they blew the whistle, to stop the play dead. But man, that kid has some special ability to stay up.
I gotta say, Tucker, looking at his profile on 24/7 Sports, he only has 2 schools looking at him, but he has no offers, and they're Mountain West schools. I have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, I think there's more interest out there.
Malmrose, he's got a man. He's wide open. That's number 16. Gets into the end zone. That's Mason Tidwell. And that is a touchdown for Bountiful. Rolls out to his left, finds a man wide open, and Tidwell scores a touchdown here for Bountiful.
Yeah, I think Coach Freckleton is going to be extremely pleased with the play of his quarterback, Hudson Malmrose. A great job getting here to the near side of the field, and I can't express how difficult it is as a quarterback to roll out to the opposite side that your arm is, right, and try to come all the way across. Right on frame, able to make some yards after catch and get into the end zone.
So with 5:36 to go, this was once a 14-7 lead for Viewmont, is now a 35-14 lead for Bountiful.
Yeah, I feel like we felt the air kind of be taken out of this stadium to start the second half. Just a fantastic job by the Redhawks to continue to at least pressure that secondary of Viewmont and really test them downfield. And I think it's been extremely successful for them so far.
I'll tell you what, though, Tucker, talking to Coach Jones, last year they were down 27-7 and came back to force overtime and ended up winning in overtime. So I would say don't give up just yet on Viewmont, but this is a big drive for the Vikings.
Well, and you can tell me, I was just about to make that same statement. Like, if I'm them, if I don't score on this possession, it's going to be extremely difficult to manufacture anything to get back into this ball game. So I agree with you. It's an extremely important possession for the Vikings.
I've also called the game just up the road here a couple weeks ago. Is Farmington American Fork. American Fork was up 24-0, and Farmington came back and got within 2 and had a chance to win the game.
Yeah, I think the final was, what, 22-24
Yep,
in that ball game?
That was correct. And that is to the outside there. That's Ingram. And he gets brought down. Great return. He's just zigzagging through traffic and is brought down, and they mark him at the 37-yard line. A great return and a good field position here for the Vikings offense.
Yeah, I'd like them to continue to go to the air, but not necessarily try to get it to the edges, right? He hasn't been as accurate as you'd like to be, but when he's throwing the ball over the middle, he's been extremely, extremely accurate.
So 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line in Viewmont territory. They send trips down to the bottom of your screen with Dunrow at the bottom. Savage under pressure finds Tolman on the screen pass, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line near the first down marker. A great play there, and they might mark him for a first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're giving it to him.
Favorable position, and they are going to mark. They're going to give him a first down.
You know, I will say Viewmont might have gotten away with one there.
They're going to move the sticks. They just told them to move.
Viewmont might have gotten away with one there because they had an offensive lineman that was pretty far downfield right before they made that completion. So one thing that they're going to have to look at on film going into this next week and make sure that that isn't a penalty moving forward.
You know who wished that a ineligible receiver downfield wasn't called? The Utes last week.
Yes. Yeah, that touchdown would have been nice to have early on in that ball game, wouldn't it?
It would have changed, to me, it would change it. Savage, he's got time. Look at the blocking from his offensive line. Now he tucks it, and he gets to the 45, and he is hit hard, but still stays on his feet before being brought down. Yeah. What a hit, but still great play there by Savage to stay alive. And, yeah, you're back a little bit on 2nd down.
Yeah, Raiden David, again, there for laying the wood on Mr. Savage, their near side. Savage, I think when he's rolling out, has a hard time keeping his eyes up and downfield because he had a guy, again, coming across the middle on a deep post that was wide open. But I know it is really difficult as a quarterback as you're getting chased down from the backside to not try to protect yourself.
Yeah. That is for sure. And Savage is one of those dual threats, it seems like. Savage throws it over, and it looks like he and Tolman were not on the same page on where he needed to be, so it is an incomplete pass. Brings up 3rd down with 3 to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think for Coach Jones, he mentioned, you heard as well as we were down there talking to him pregame, that he really wanted to see Savage gain some confidence this week. I think after last week's game against Brighton, after the first few drives, he kind of has reverted back to what we saw in that Brighton game, right? Just a little bit off kilter, a little bit off center, and just hasn't been able to complete some of those short passes.
Savage with split backs, rolls to his left, looking downfield, and he's got a man, and it is caught. Does he stay in bounds? And they're going to say no, it is an incomplete pass. That was intended for number 11, Brady Clegg, and that brings up 4th down. And it looks like they're bringing on the punt unit.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate drive. We mentioned how big that possession would be for momentum for the Viewmont Vikings moving forward in this ball game, trying to get back into it. Down 21 points, it's going to be extremely hard with 3:39 left to manufacture a comeback like they were able to get back in the game last week. Or last year, sorry.
Dunrow could do it all. He can also punt. And this one gets a favorable bounce down to the 20-yard line. And technically, it's inside the 20. Lands at the 19, and Viewmont picks it up.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and take a break. 3:25 to go here. It'll be Bountiful Ball when we come back here on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a tab spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash your card.
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab spend isn't just another checking account.
Back to live action. They came out quick.
They sure did, Trevor.
Can't even get a water break. Siaki Fekatoa on the run there. And you got to believe, I think he's over 100 yards. We didn't. I should have gone down to the press box and get the stats after the first half, but did not do that.
Second down, 6 yards to go.
So a gain of 4 for Fekitoa on first down, brings up 2nd and 6 at their own 21-yard line with 2:50 to go with the clock running. Malmrose hands off to Fekitoa again, and he breaks free. He gets to the 35, down to the 40, and gets the first down, and then some. Siaki Fekitoa doing what he does best, and that is busting through gaps.
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there, Trevor. I haven't seen a running back to this point in all the games that I've been able to, be on the mic for. A running back that has such a quick burst is right as he sees an opening or a gap in that offensive line. I don't think anybody hits it as quick as he does.
No, he's as soon as he finds that hole, he's getting through, and he is as advertised for this Bountiful team. And he will hand off once again to Fekitoa. Why not? And he picks up about 3 yards there on first down.
Trevor, I think Coach Freckleton was onto something as he was talking to us pregame. He mentioned that he wanted to have a hard non-region schedule so that when he got into region play like this, that they'd be ready to handle, some of the things that were thrown at them. Early on in this ball game, they got down 7-0. They were able to answer that, tie it up 7-7. Again, scored again, got back in the game, and now just have a huge lead here in the second half.
90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Malmrose thought he had something. Now he's just going to try and live to play another down, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage when it looked like he may have been tackled for a loss.
Yeah, and honestly, a smart decision from Malmrose because both of his guys that were downfield that he was trying to get the ball to were covered very well by the Viewmont secondary. So a good job to bring that down, not make a mistake, because I think early on in this year he maybe would have tried to throw that ball.
Yeah.
And that's when he was getting some of those turnovers that were unnecessary. But now he's really starting to come into his own. I think this is a huge statement game for Malmrose.
And, Coach Freckleton talked about, potential a lot pregame, and that is a dangerous word to use in sports. But right now they're playing up to their potential and showing real progress week to week. As Malmrose, now he's flushing back out to the right. He's got Fekitoa. He's got the first down to the 40, and he's brought down, and they'll mark him at the 37-yard line. And what was really nothing, he turned into something.
Yeah, I mean, what an outlet to have if you're Malmrose. On a play that breaks down, you have Fekitoa wide open in the flat, that you can just dump it to him, get some yard after catch, and move the chains, keep this drive going. This from second quarter on, they've really just completely dominated this ball game, Trevor.
21 seconds and counting here on the third quarter clock. Malmrose, play action. He's looking deep. Got a man, and it is caught. It looks like he caught that, but they're saying incomplete. I thought it was in his hands.
Yeah, I think he double caught that, Trevor. That looked like it was a complete pass.
That was Corbin White on the play, but I don't know. We had a pretty good view of it.
Yeah.
It looked like he had it. I don't know, though, like it hitting the ground. We don't have instant replay here, but I don't know. If we did, you might be going under the hood and being like, I think that might be a catch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he caught that ball. I mean, it was a lot like the Week 1 Ohio State Carnell Tate catch where he double caught it into the end zone. That was a double catch right there. I'm pretty sure he came down with that.
Hopefully we don't have any Texas fans watching this stream. And Fekitoa gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Good tackle there by Noah Whiteside, who's also the backup running back. And that will end the third quarter. So hold up your fours. We'll be back after this. Bountiful trucking down the field. We'll see what happens after this here on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
honorable mention. Welcome back. Fourth quarter about to get underway here. 12 minutes of football left for Viewmont to try and get back into this game, but Bountiful with a productive drive on offense to end the third quarter and heading into the fourth, and it's led by Siaki Fekatoa, but Hudson Malmrose making some big plays through the air.
Yeah, he's been fantastic here this evening, here at this wonderful stadium. Obviously, you can't see it right now, but the backdrop has been absolutely gorgeous. Weather has been perfect, and Malmrose's arm has been elite this evening.
And that was something Coach Freckleton was hoping would, progress, was his junior quarterback. And hands off to Fekatoa, and he is stopped in his tracks. I believe it's Willoughby. I think he made the initial contact, and it was Willoughby.
Yeah, and Jesse Johnson as well.
And Jesse Johnson. And Brady Clegg.
Host the Vikings there on the play.
Yes, it is, but I think the first hit was by Willoughby, which, as you can tell, that kid is big. He'll be playing in the Mountain West. Or Pac-12? Is Fresno going to the Pac-12? I don't know.
I can't remember.
I haven't kept up with that. I know that Utah State is and Boise State, but that's about it.
We're going to get some more Pac-12 after dark, I guess.
I guess they will. And punting away is Vunipola. And that was a favorable bounce down at the 5. So pinned back in their own end zone is Viewmont bringing out the offense. And, I mean, still got to stop there, Tucker, but 11:09 to go, down by 3 scores. It's not impossible, but it's not very possible.
Yeah, it's not impossible, but it's not likely, right? So what you really need to do is manufacture something extremely quick. You can't really run the football at this point. You just got to be airing it out and stopping the clock if it's incomplete.
Goes out to Parker Rose. And he gets to about the 15-yard line. That's where he's marked down, and that will be enough for a first down, I believe. Yes, it is. So move the sticks on first down for Viewmont.
And those are the throws Savage has been most comfortable with here tonight. You know, getting it quickly out to his wide receivers on the edges. Give them some room to maybe make a play with their feet. And, you know, when he's throwing it downfield, as Coach Jones has wanted to do, his accuracy just hasn't been there.
Dunrow at the bottom of your screen. And they hand off to Tolman. And he is stopped just shy of the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 19. So gain of 4. Oh, actually gain of 5 on first down.
Yeah, again, you're just watching that clock tick down second by second. And when you run the football, I feel like that time just, gets wiped off extremely quick.
Savage brings Dunrow in motion across the screen. Drops back. And he's looking for Dunrow. Wow. He comes back and catches it to the 45 and down near midfield. He had to come back for that, but still a great play by Jason Dunrow.
What an adjustment, right? He looked like he had a head of steam going the opposite direction, but that's when the, tie goes to the receiver because he has the eyes on the ball, right? Yeah. The defense is sitting there trying to play off of what he's doing. Fantastic play on the ball by Dunrow, and that's what they needed here to start this drive. Let's see if they can keep it going.
So first down, and they're going hurry up. Hands off to Tolman. He gets into Bountiful territory and then some, brought down at the 45 near the first down marker. Will they give it to him? It looks like he's just shy.
This is the kind of drive we saw early on in the ballgame from the Vikings, right? They get the ball downfield, and then they spread that defense out, run it right up the middle. I think they should do the same thing, try to get the ball to the outside, run it up the middle.
Yeah. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Savage alone in the backfield. He's looking. And he overthrows Parker Rose there on second down, brings up third and short.
Yeah, honestly, not too much of an overthrow. Parker Rose got both hands on that ball. Probably should have been able to bring that down. But the clock stops. So you're not too worried on, second and short here. We'll see if they can manufacture another play where they can get maybe a nice little rub route for Dunrow like they did on that play where they had him coming across the screen, as you mentioned, on that motion. Let's see if they can get a little bit more movement, because I feel like when they're getting those defensive backs moving before the play, that's when they really are able to break something deep.
Play action out to Rose. This time he catches it and he gets the first down and more. And he gets down to about the 35-yard line, just shy of that, 37, but it is a first down, so move the sticks for Viewmont.
Yeah, honestly, I've been kind of watching this matchup between Dunrow and Smoot on the defensive side of the ball. He's done a fantastic job shutting him down here, really since the first quarter.
Smoot did get an interception earlier. Savage, he's got a sack coming, and he does get brought down from his blind side. That's number 21, that's Carter Brooks.
Yeah, Carter Brooks coming off that, I think it was a corner blitz there on the far side.
Yeah.
And, a great job timing that up by the defensive coordinator for the Redhawks there. And that's going to make it extremely difficult for them to keep their momentum on this drive.
2nd and 21, so a loss of 11. Brings it down to the 48-yard line in Bountiful territory with 8:10 to go and the clock running. Savage alone in the backfield. And that one is caught by number 5. That is Draylon Jensen, his first target and catch tonight.
Yeah, 3 yards there isn't really going to do much to help them in terms of this really, really long third down and, 16, 17 yards, Trevor?
Yep, 3rd and 17 at the 44-yard line with 7:40 to go. So you kind of got to go deep into your play. Although you're in 4-down territory, you could probably split this in half at least try to. Savage throws to the outside. He's got Dunrow before he steps out of bounds, and he gets past the original line of scrimmage before going out of bounds.
Yeah, you make it more manageable on 4th down, right? Nice job by Dunrow to get out of bounds, stop the clock. He wasn't really going to gain many more yards if he tried to stay in bounds. But we saw them pick up some 4th downs about this length in the first half.
At the 35-yard line.
So it's at the 35-yard line, so they did gain 9 on that play. So about 8 yards to go.
They just trotted Wallaby back on the field. I'd like to see him kind of go across the middle, see if they can, make a connection.
So 4th and 8 here. Big play. Here's Savage bringing the heat, and he overthrows his intended receiver, and he is looking at the officials, and maybe he's yelling at his receiver.
Yeah, it looked like he was pretty irate. I think
Brady Clegg, I think, is the intended receiver.
Clegg zigged, and he thought he was going to zag. Miscommunication there on the offense, and unfortunately, that's going to be a turnover on downs for this Viking offense.
Savage had Clegg open, just couldn't connect with him but he also had 3 guys coming right at his face.
Yeah.
Bringing the heat was Bountiful.
You still like to see some poise, right? Stand in there, be willing to take the hit, and just follow through, make that connection.
So now the Redhawks will take over. And this is Alsop on the carry, and he gets nowhere. He loses yards on that play on 1st down. But the clock is still running.
Yeah, Alsop only has 6 carries on the season, 31 yards.
Well, he's losing yards on that one.
Maybe 26 now?
Loss of a yard. 2nd down, 11 yards to go.
6:40 to go, clock running. All 3 timeouts for both teams. Malmrose got Fekitoa, play action, throws it over. He's got Satuala. Look, Kepa, he'll get the first down and then getting stopped with forward progress. But a first down, move those chains for Bountiful.
Yeah, Malmrose has got a little bit of zip on him, right? I mean, that ball right past the outside linebacker, straight to his guy. His accuracy this evening has been, extremely improved from what we've seen earlier on this season.
Yeah, on the year for Malmrose coming into this game. Get you that here after this play. And hands off to Fekitoa. He gets He drags down a man and before being brought down at about the 45-yard line. But on the year for Melrose through the air, coming into this game, 80 of 131 for 799 yards, 2 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, but he's looked a lot better in this game.
Yeah, Melrose is 4th in the region in passing overall. I think this is going to, bump him up a few spots, if I'm not mistaken. But he's had struggles in the turnover department, obviously early on, but he has not had any of those struggles here tonight.
They were able to put up 14 points against Woods Cross. Wasn't enough for the win, but Siaki was able to get both touchdowns as he gets up through the gap and he's shaking defenders and he gets to, that looks about the 34-yard line, and my goodness. Siaki's just running this out for Bountiful.
Yeah, just a lot of swagger there on the Redhawk offense so far in this second half, and you can't blame them. They've played extremely well down the stretch to keep this a insurmountable 21-point lead.
Yeah, I would say it's getting close to being done. They would need something like a pick 6 right here. But Melrose in the gun. He's got split backs. He'll hand off to Fekatoa. He's got the first down and more. And now he's just laying on his back. And he's hitting his helmet thinking, I could have gotten more, but I slipped.
Yeah, kind of, the turf monster reached up, grabbed his foot, brought him down.
Said, you've already ran enough today.
Yeah. Maybe that's one of those things saying, hey, let's get Allsop back in the game. Let him get some more rushing yards, and let's let you rest the rest of the evening. You don't want to see any injuries at this point from your best player.
4:10 to go, clock running. Fresh set of downs here. As Melrose looking for the end zone, had a man but overthrew him. That was Max Feller, who was also in double coverage.
Yeah, and Melrose took a shot as he released that one. Glad he got back up. You could tell it hurt a little bit as he got it pretty slowly. But again, even though that pass was a little bit long, I still like to see him step up like that. That's one thing that we haven't seen on the other side from Savage. He hasn't been able to step up and just, had the confidence, I guess, to really just push it downfield like that.
And really just take that hit as well.
Yeah.
As you look at the Viewmont sideline, just looks really defeated right now because they actually did celebrate senior night tonight because it's their last Friday night home game. They do have one more home game on their schedule, but it's on a Wednesday night, as pretty much the entire state is like that.
Yeah.
So third down. And it brings up 3rd and 8. So coming up next for both of these schools, Viewmont will be at Olympus next week. And Olympus, I believe, I don't know if you have a score update on that. We'll get that after this play here from Tucker. They're on the road, or I think they're at home against Olympus. And tripped up is number 10. And it looks like a pass interference. That's Zeke Murdoch, was the intended receiver, and it looks like a pass interference. And we'll get the call here from Brandon Riley. And it is pass interference. And that is a first down.
It's a tight one there at Olympus. Brighton's only up 7, 14-7, coming down the stretch. That's going to be one to watch, ladies and gentlemen, as we close out this Friday evening.
And next week, Bountiful will host your Alta Hawks.
Yeah, Alta has looked incomplete so far this season. They've had some ups, they've had some downs. They've also had quite a few injuries.
Definitely not the state championship quality team that you're used to, right?
I mean, that was a long time ago, Trevor.
It's okay to live in your heyday, Tucker. It's okay. I don't have a heyday.
Yeah, Olympus's defense looks pretty good. So for Viewmont, I mean, they faced the defense here in the Redhawks, who have been extremely impressive. I think that's been one of the highlights that they've had, even with the record being what it has been so far to the season. Their defense has been extremely impressive. So to have their offense take strides like this going down the stretch is going to be extremely helpful as they go into postseason play.
Teams picking up wins in region play to start out, at least coming into tonight, was Woods Cross, Olympus, and Brighton. And now Viewmont will go to 1-1 in region play, as well Bountiful. Or excuse me, Viewmont will go 0-2. Bountiful will go 1-1. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing, because talking to Coach Jones, he was telling me how legit Brighton looked, getting all their guys back healthy and eligible, with guys sitting out due to the transfer rule. And as Malmrose throws it over the middle,
it's Alsop,
and he's got Alsop into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So he can not only create havoc on defense, he can score touchdowns on offense.
Yeah, two-way players. We're seeing that a lot in a lot of different levels of football nowadays. I think it was, a missed opportunity, I guess, that a lot of coaches were kind of pigeonholing their guys into, one position and only one spot that they could play. But obviously these kids these days are extremely, extremely impressive athletes.
Well, not only that, you're actually seeing that more in the college game now.
Yeah.
Where you're seeing two-way guys playing at the collegiate level, and just starting to at the NFL level. I mean, you've got a guy like Travis Hunter is pretty much the only one that really comes to mind right now. But
I mean, Sanders, obviously, back in his heyday, he was a two-sport athlete as well. And you mentioned a lot of players for the Vikings, a lot of players for the Redhawks, who are dual-sport athletes. And I think that's one thing that a lot of these coaches like, because that means all year round these guys are getting in shape, staying in shape, and competing at a very high level.
As we wait for a kickoff here, let's get our Tab Bank helmet sticker. Tucker, who do you want to go with for our Tab Bank helmet sticker of the night?
I think it could go to a couple guys. We may have an honorable mention that you might have one. I'm going to have to ask you as well, but I think my helmet sticker is going to have to go to Fekitoa. The kid has just been, otherworldly to say tonight. He's done it through the air. He's done it on the ground. There's nobody that can really stop him. I don't think anybody's been able to bring him down on first contact. I mean, we saw it on that first long touchdown run that he had, where he was able to stay up on top of another player. Then he's extremely smart, Trevor. He's able to stay up and make his way to the end zone. He's been impressive.
So that helmet sticker, I'll also say give a honorable helmet sticker to Hudson Malmrose.
Yeah.
I feel like this was kind of his breakout game of what we could see from this young quarterback, which Tab Bank brings you our helmet sticker. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5 annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. But great rewards are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. It's a big deal. Member FDIC.
Yeah, nice catch there, near side by Clegg. Savage able to get it downfield. A few of their offensive linemen look a little bit shaken up here in the second half, and maybe that's one of the biggest issues that they've had is they have an extremely young offensive line for Viewmont, but they're going to grow.
Savage taking the hit as he throws, and it's picked off by number 6 as he's hit out of bounds by an offensive lineman. That is Jaden Taylor. But it looked like there was really nothing that Savage could do, but we might have roughing the passer.
I don't know if it's roughing the passer. I think 39 there on the defense might get called for taunting here.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So I think it's going to be after the play. Great job there by, what was it, Jaden
Taylor.
Yeah, Jaden Taylor on that interception near side. But yeah, let's wait to see what White Hat tells us this flag is.
Here's the call from Brandon Riley, excuse me. Personal foul. So it is on Bountiful. But it's still Bountiful ball.
Yeah.
So it was after the play, just like you said.
Yeah, 39, I kind of saw it. He had a little bit of a late hit there, and then he was kind of standing over a guy. So something that they'll clean up, obviously. But I think this Red Hawk team just has a lot of swagger right now.
And they're going to continue all that momentum back home, as next week they will take on the Alta Hawks, who's struggling right now. but as Tucker mentioned, beat up and just not having a lot of momentum going their way.
Yeah, and I think this Redhawks team now has, I mean, just all the momentum in the world behind them. I think they're going to take this win, and you know, Coach Freckleton said it himself before the game. He just needs to build every single week, build on successes, whether that's one play at a time, whether that's one drive at a time, and now it's a full game that you can build upon, right? I think this is just going to lead them down the stretch of this season in region play. It's going to bring them to 1-1. Depending on what happens with Olympus Brighton, either one of those teams could go 1-1 here very soon. So that's going to bring them to the middle of the pack and give them an opportunity to still take this region. And, you know, obviously Viewmont still has a good shot at getting back into this as well. So interesting region here in Region 6.
So Viewmont will go take on Olympus next week. And we will have that game for you here on the Rewind Sports Network, as Viewmont has been a late addition, but better late than ever for Viewmont joining the network. And that will do it. 42-14 is our final score. And Tucker, final thoughts here.
Yeah, obviously extremely impressed with the Redhawks, especially after the offensive woes that they've had to begin the season. The most points they'd scored coming up to this game was 14 all year. And they come out, they drop 42 against, you know, a very good Viking team.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be a lot closer here in the second half coming down the stretch. Viewmont still has a lot to work on and build upon as well. I don't think they dominated the line of scrimmage like Coach Jones wanted to this evening. So we'll see. Obviously, this is a very interesting region, Trevor. What are your thoughts?
I was very, very impressed with, obviously, we knew what we were getting with Siaki Fekatoa. We know for the last 2 years he's been a dynamic running back, and he is as advertised. And I thought Hudson Malmrose had himself a big ball game that could really lead them into, you know, really getting back into the swing of things. As Coach Freckleton told us before the game, we need to be playing our best football in October, November, and which is what they did last year when they won a state championship. But Viewmont, they're going in the right direction. I know right now it's a setback, especially back-to-back weeks allowing 42 points. But Coach Jones is a very good coach in this state, and he's got a program
on the rise.
It's on the rise,
yeah.
and he's done that everywhere he's gone. So all in all, a great effort there for Viewmont. They have a lot of really good players on this team, and Coach Jones has done a great job, and he's been very accommodating to both you and me. So I definitely thank him for that. But so for Kirk on the camera, for my partner Tucker Bass, I'm Trevor Allen saying once again, Bountiful with the 42-14 win. You watched it all right here on the Rewind Sports Network. Have a good night.